Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano nuvidhiyate tarasya harati pragyam ayurnavami vambasi. Indriyanam, of the senses, he, certainly, charatam, while roaming, yat, with which, manaha, the mind, anuvidhiyate, becomes constantly engaged, tat, that, asya, his, harati, takes away, prajnam, intelligence, vayuhu, wind, navam, boat, iva, like, ambasi, on the water. Translation and performed by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: as a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away man's intelligence. Please respond. As a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence. Unless all of the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord, even one of them engaged in sense gratification can deviate the devotee from the path of transcendental advancement. As mentioned in the life of Maharaj Ambarish, all of the senses must be engaged in Krishna consciousness, for that is the correct technique for controlling the mind. So, today's verse, we are talking about the mind. Every one of us, all of us have senses, right? Yes, we can see, we can talk, we can feel, we can taste, we can hear. Yes, none of us are, all of these senses are present in us. So, it is safe to assume that all of us are going to face the same difficulties. Yes, so, and you can see that how our mind is the master of the senses, chief of the senses. As your mind dictates, you automatically go and do whatever your mind asks you to do. Yes, today I feel like eating paneer tikka masala. Okay, take the phone, you order, then you can taste. Tomorrow you feel, okay, tomorrow I feel like I want to go to India. You go and do it. Yes? So, the difference between our mind and the mind of animals, what is the difference? So the simple difference is that the animals, their senses are not so strong. Only one of their senses are very strong. For example, the bee. If you see the bee, the sense of smell is very strong. Yes? And I think the deer, is it the deer? The deer sense of hearing is very strong. So like that, certain animals, they have a certain sense which is very, very strong. And that ultimately leads to their peril. For example, the deer, when the hunter plays the flute, and then the deer gets attracted to it, and then the hunter catches the deer. So, each animal, they get caught. For example, an elephant. Elephant is very lusty. So, do you know how they catch an elephant? So, they put a female elephant in the center of the open field, right? Then they dig many holes around the elephant. This male elephant will run. You won't see the hole, it will fall inside. So that is animals. But us human beings, all our senses are very strong. So today's verse, we can see that any one of these senses, if we do not control, right, it will lead to our downfall. When I say lead to our downfall, what do you think I mean by lead to our downfall? So, firstly you must understand what is your duty. What is your purpose? Yes? Why am I here in this world? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to just live life and carry on? Is that the purpose? Some people say, as long as my family is happy, I am happy. Is that the purpose of life? Is the purpose of life to please your company? Yes? No. Then what is your purpose of life? To please who? So, the purpose of life is to please Krishna. Who is Krishna? God, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So once we know that what is our life meant to be, then we can properly perform our duty. Yes? If you don't know what is, like you go to your job. Yes? If you go to your job, you don't know what to do, you just sit in the office. Then what's the purpose of you going to the job? So similarly, if you have a human body, you must know what's your duty. Yes? If you don't know what's your duty, then they will ask you to leave the company. So if you don't know, you are given this privilege as a human being to find out what am I supposed to do. If you don't use that privilege, then you will be given back to animal's life. Yes? So when I say downfall, so if you don't do your duty in the sense Varna Ashrama, Acharodata, the 4 ashrams and 4 varnas. Brahmachari, Vanaprastha, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas, and then Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are the 4 varna and 4 ashram. All of these 4 varnas and ashram, their duty is to serve the Lord. If you don't do this duty of yours, then you will fall down. Fall down to your animal life. Yes? So, one may argue, I think many of you all are from India. Yes? So when you are born, you are given your, what do you call it? Your caste. Yes? I have heard some, I don't know, what is this, scheduled caste. What else is there? Scheduled tribe. Some more? So all these classes are there given to you when you are born, right? But these are all misused. For example, many a times it is said that you all have friends as Brahmins, right? His father is Brahmin, like this. So he thinks he's very prestigious and high class, but he's doing the worst of things, even worse than you. Yes? I had some friends who are Brahmins, but they are terrible people. So, in the scriptures it says, Chaturvida bhajante mam guna karma vibhagasha. So this varnashram is created by who? Or is given by who? Who? By Lord Krishna himself. So, in this verse, Chaturvida bhajante mam, it is stated guna karma, by one's guna. It didn't say Chaturvida bhajante mam janma karma. So when you stated guna karma, it is stating by quality. Guna means quality. Yes? So according to your quality, you are assigned your specific caste. Yes? Yes or no? For example, what job do you do? IT. So does it mean that your son or your children are automatically able to be hired by a company? Because he's my son, I'm IT, so he's also IT. So you can hire him. Will they do that? Why? Because he's not qualified. He has to go to school, he has to study, he has to pass so many procedures and steps to get this qualification. So similarly, each caste, Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra, has certain qualifications they must attain to be in that specific caste. So all this is in the Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, qualities of the different no space, can. Yeah. No, sir. So anyway, coming back to the point. So this caste system is given for purpose. So the point I'm trying to make is you must know what you are supposed to do. Right? So if you don't know what you're supposed to do, then how can you progress in your life? Are you going to carry on the next 20, 30 years doing the same thing? Just like every year, everybody writes New Year resolution. But all this resolution, these goals, these aspirations, everything is pertaining to your current body. Yes? Have you ever wrote an aspiration for your spiritual advancement? Or, maybe you wrote, but have you ever taken it seriously? Just like for your own material progress, I have to pass this exam, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to invest in this, I have to do this. You make so many plans. Yes? But what plans are you making for your spiritual life? Are you making any plans? I only see you once, it's a Sunday. That's about it. I don't see you any other time. Right? Once in a blue moon. This Sunday is good, I'm free. Okay, I'll go to temple. Going to temple is become like a social thing, Call all your friends. Hey, today we'll go to temple. Then all will come, get together. Oh, where you buy this sari? Where you buy this? Where you buy that? Oh, very nice. Okay, I'm sending my son to this school. How's your son? This is a social club. But is that what you go to temple for? Huh? No. You go to any temple in Singapore, none of them will talk to you like this. Why? 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 Because we want to be unique, that's why we speak? No. Because they don't know their own literature. Many Indians here, they don't know what Bhagavad Gita even is. Yes? Let's be honest. You don't know your own books. So, this temple is unique in the sense we are teaching you what is in the Bhagavad Gita. And what Bhagavad Gita teaches us is how to go back to Krishna. And how to go back to Krishna, you have to first control your mind. If you can control your mind, then automatically your senses will be controlled. Correct? You don't have to control your eyesight only. You don't have to only control your eating. If you control your mind, then automatically all your senses are controlled. So how do you control your mind? Write down, okay, today I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Is that how you do it? How? So, the only way we can control our mind is if we must engage our senses in the service of Krishna. Yes? Why Krishna? Why? For fun. Why? Or because this is the Hare Rama Hare Krishna temple, they only like Krishna, so they will always say Krishna only. Is that right? Yes or no? We are fanatic. See? No. If Bhagavad Gita tells us tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Bhagavad Gita says Lord Shiva is Supreme Personality of Godhead, you must surrender. We will follow. We are following exactly as what Gita is teaching us. What is Gita teaching us? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we surrender to them, just like your book, school book, when you get the book, whatever is written there, authorized book, do you go and argue, hey, this is wrong, that is wrong? Whatever is inside that book, you study, and then you practice and apply it. Yes? Then you will pass your test. Now, this book is for us to solve our problem of this material body. What is the test? What is the test? No test. My test finish in what? What is the Indian exam? CBSC. Finish. No need to do any more tests. But what is the test? Death. All of us going to die. Yes? None of us can escape. Just that for some time we have forgotten about death because nobody talks about it. Yes? Because also secondly, Maya is very strong. For example, I was in the hospital because our president, he got a heart attack. So I brought him to the hospital and then they did the surgery, they did a bypass. So I went into the ICU just after he was brought out of surgery. So in that ICU, there are many rooms. I think about 20 rooms, individual rooms. And everybody is there, I mean whoever is there in each of those rooms has I think 10 or 15 machines for them. One is to monitor the heart rate, one is to help them breathe, one is to help them pass motion, everything is machine. So it was, and every machine every 2-3 minutes is going off. It's going off, something is high, and these nurses are coming every other second to come and check and monitor. So when I witnessed all this, it was kind of a moment of I would say shock, but after that you don't get so much affected by it. And you can see how, I mean, I went there the first time to see that. And these nurses, they are seeing every day, every shift, they are seeing suffering, seeing pain, and seeing death. All of them are seeing it. But why doesn't it strike them? What am I supposed to do? Why are these people suffering? Have you thought of that? Have you thought about it? Why these people who are seeing suffering every single second in their daily life when they go to work, why doesn't it occur to them? Why are they suffering? How can I help them? And they also don't think that they can also be there in that room also next. Yes, even I can be next. Who knows? Yes, we can die at any moment. Any moment you can go. There is no guarantee. Correct? There is no guarantee. Even insurance also. You spend so much money on insurance. But the insurance guarantee is only after you die, not even before you die. Yes? So, death can happen at any time. Anytime death can happen. So, we must be prepared for that and be ready anytime. Yes? Just like you go to school, they can teachers say, okay, today we'll do just an exam. You must be ready. If you're not ready, what will happen? Fail. Yes? So if you're not ready, if you pass away, then what will happen? Come back again. Come back again. How? See? These kids, all these kids, very nice to play, you know? But last life, fail. Come back again. Yes? May be joyful, because all this is to. So you see, even Singapore. If you see Singapore, if you go out, you won't see suffering. Do you see suffering in Singapore? No. You see everywhere is enjoyment. Go out, wow, everybody's eating to their belly's content. Yes? Transport is so efficient. Aircon here, go out aircon, train aircon, bus aircon, go home aircon, everywhere aircon. Yes, very comfortable. You don't see, like in India when I went, kids will beg for you, one without hand, one no eye. Yes, old people sleeping on the road. But here you don't find all these things. Why? Because they keep the country in such a way where they want you to enjoy your senses. Yes? Sense enjoyment is the name of the game. Because if you want to enjoy your senses, then only you will go and spend in all these things. You will go to pay money for all these different things. But we are teaching, don't enjoy your senses. Or enjoy your senses in relation to Krishna. So, Krishna is the master of the senses. That's why his name is called Rishikesha. You heard the name Rishikesh, but have you thought what the name meant? No. So, meaning of Rishikesh means master of the senses. Who is master of the senses? Krishna. If we engage our senses in the service of Krishna, Rishikesha, then automatically we can control our own sense. Yes? Very simple, right? Not so difficult. But there have to be rules and regulations on how to engage your senses in the service of the Lord. Yes? That is the name of the game. How we can always engage ourselves in Krishna's service. If we can do that, then your life is perfect. Then you will be ready at any time for death to come. Anytime, even death come, you don't have to think twice. Yes? You will actually embrace that. Although it may be easy to say, when it happens to you, that's the real test. Suppose tomorrow any one of us goes to the doctor, hey, you got such and such thing, you only got 4 months. Huh? What do you do? I mean, all these are reality. What I'm speaking is not something which you put in your ear and take out. Oh, Prabhuji is speaking, okay. But next Sunday I won't come to this temple because always here they talk like this, na? Okay. Or maybe I'll come after the class and I'll go. So we have seen many people like that. But this is the hard truth. Because unless you hear this truth, then you will not buckle up and act. Always they say, no, CTA. What is CTA? Call to action. If there is no action, then what is the purpose? Now you are taking birth again and again and again and again because you are not doing your call to action. What is your call to action? You all just participated earlier on. We were singing Krishna's name. Yes? You were singing and chanting. Was it blissful? What is the difference between sitting here and singing in the pub, disco? Now all open up already. Correct? So what's the difference? What's the difference singing there and singing here? There can get woman, here cannot get woman. There can get drinks, here only water. What's the difference? There is for sense gratification. Here is for also sense gratification. Oh yeah, sound nice, huh? No, you are singing Krishna's name. Yes? When you sing Krishna's name, what happens? What happens? Nothing happens. Huh? When you, sorry? Attracting his attention. Yes. Also, you are purifying yourself from what? Huh? What are you purifying yourself from when you chant what's name? Krishna's name? Huh? Lust, anger, greed, envy, madness, illusion. All these are inside our heart. Do you know that God, Krishna, is sitting in our heart? Do you know? God is seated in everybody's heart. Not only human being, animal, tree, plant, fish. God is in everybody's heart. As who? Paramatma. Yes? So, why you cannot see God? He is inside you. Not only standing here, He is inside here. Everybody's heart. But why you cannot see? Why? You know yourself better than anybody else. Yes. So, in order to see God, Krishna in our heart, we have to clean our heart from all these dirty things. Yes? When you start cleaning your heart from these dirty things, then you will lose this taste for sense enjoyment. Yes? So by following regulative principles, what are the regulative principles? Simple, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. No coffee, no tea, no onion, no garlic. Yes? These are basic rules so that you can control your mind. All we are doing is to control your mind so that you can purify yourself. When you purify yourself, then you can see Krishna. What is the use of seeing Krishna? I can see here now. Right? Yes? We must clean ourselves so that we are fit for going back to who? Where? Going back to God. So that we don't come back here. So just one verse prior to this, you see. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana acha bhavayatah santir asantasya kuta sukam. One who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace? So all of us are also searching for peace. Yes, many of you or many of the general people think peace can be achieved if they go on vacation, right? Go on vacation to some holiday, maybe some nature place, some resort. They just sit down and stare at the ocean. For what? For peace, right? That's what they do. Because they are working like an ass every day. Morning, wake up, go to work, come back, eat, sleep, wake up, again, work. They don't give you any break. So when you get your break, you want to go and have some peace of mind, go to some vacation. Yes? Yes? But after that, you have to come back again. Again you go in that cycle. Yes? But if we have Krishna and we have a steady mind, then peace is automatically a byproduct. You don't have to search externally. You will find peace from within. Yes? For example, if you see the Mahabharata, Pandavas. Yes, Pandavas. Krishna was with them from start to almost the end. From the beginning of the Mahabharata, Krishna was there. So they have encountered so many tribulations, poison in the food, what else? Going to the forest, burn the house, what is that? Assaulted the wife, Draupadi, disrobed the wife, and then even they tried to ask, you give us land, this pin, you know a pin, right? Needle. This needle, the tip of the needle, you drop on the floor. That size of land, you give us also, we are happy. So that also Duryodhana said no. So then they had to go to war. Then they had to kill their own cousins, uncles, grandfather, they had to kill in the war. Yes? So from start to end, was it peaceful? Was it peaceful? No. But they are devotees of Krishna. Yes? How come they are suffering all these things they are doing? How come? How come? Suffering from start to end. Every day, every other day, Duryodhana will try to do something. Yes? And the reason why they are able to overcome each and every obstacle is because their mind was fixed on Krishna. Doesn't mean that Krishna is there, they won't have any problem. You have to understand the fact that in this material world, you are going to face only problem. Doesn't mean that you chant Krishna's name, you are exempt from problem and suffering. No. You still have problem and suffering, but you are not affected by it. When I say you are not affected, means you will see it in a different perspective. Yes? For example, devotees, when we see another devotee passing away, for us, it is treated as the same. Because here also he is serving the Lord Krishna, and he passes away, he also goes back to serve Krishna. So what is the difference? It's no difference. His activity is still the same. Even I think Bhaktivinoda Thakur is mentioned, the rising and setting of the sun, both are beautiful. Yes? The rising of sun also people go and take picture. Setting of sun also people go and take picture. Both are equally beautiful. So, for devotees, it doesn't matter whether they are alive or they are not alive. As long as they can serve Krishna, they are happy. That is our prime goal and understanding. So, my request to all of you is to take it seriously. I've said this many a times. Almost every time I give class, I say the same thing. Many of you are Indians. Most of you are born vegetarians. Yes? It's natural for you to be vegetarian. So, and many things you have already known since birth. You know who Krishna is, you know who Lord Ram is, you know Gita, you know all this. And if you don't take advantage of all this privileges, then what is your position? What is your position? Is it good or is it bad? All of you are hearing this in Singapore. Come to think of it. Have you heard this when you were in India? No. Here is where, outside of India, you are coming to here. The reason being it's outside of India is because of His mercy. Srila Prabhupada, he went and he brought this science outside of India for the benefit of the whole world. And now this Hare Krishna movement is everywhere. In almost every town and village, we have a temple. What is the purpose of temple? To disseminate Krishna consciousness, knowledge. Knowledge is very essential for every human being. Without knowledge, you will be lost. You just, as I said earlier, go in that repetitive cycle. So, in the next verse 2.68, one can curb the forces of sense gratification only by means of Krishna consciousness or engaging all the senses in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As enemies are curbed by superior force, the senses can similarly be curbed, not by any human endeavor, but only by keeping them engaged in the service of the Lord. One who has understood this, that only by Krishna consciousness one is really established in intelligence, and that one should practice this art under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, is called sadhaka, or suitable candidate for liberation. So, the whole purpose of this is to get liberation from this cycle of birth and death. Yes? Because if you don't control your mind, then this verse is there. The mind is like a what? Impetus horse. Is it 11? This uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of the living entity. If one neglects it or gives it a chance, it will grow more and more powerful and will become victorious. Although it is not factual, it is very strong. It covers the constitutional position of the soul. O king, please try to conquer this mind by the weapon of service to the lotus feet of the spiritual master and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do this with great care. And 11, 20, 21. An expert horseman. Is this the one? No, not this one. Yeah, 10:87:33. The mind is like an impetuous horse that even persons who have regulated their senses and bred control cannot control. Those in this world who try to tame the uncontrolled mind but who abandon the feet of their spiritual master encounter hundreds of obstacles in their cultivation of various distressful practices. O unborn Lord, they are like merchants on a boat in the ocean who have failed to employ a helmsman. And the mind of one meditating upon the objects of sense gratification is certainly entangled in such objects. But if one constantly remembers me, then the mind is absorbed in me. So in Bhagavad Gita also, man mana bhava mad bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuro. Yes, 2 times it said man mana bhava. Always engage your mind in my devotional service. Yes? You can see how the mind is very, the moment you open your phone, you are bombarded with social media. Everything is a bombardment of sense gratification. Yes? For example, personally for me, the last time I watched a movie was like 10 years ago. Yes, movie industry is very big. Bollywood movies, every other week some movies coming out. Yes, but devotees, there's no interest. No interest in all. Why? Because you lost taste. What is the purpose of watching these movies? You wasted 2 hours of your life. You could have finished 16 rounds. Indian movies are very long. 3-4 hours. No. What does it mean? 2.5 hours. Halfway also they have to ask you to go to the toilet because it's too long. Intermission. Yes? But if you can use that time, 2.5 hours, you can chant 16 rounds. Yes? And whatever they wear on that movie, I also want to do it. That's why in the movies they go and dance in all this Switzerland, all these scenic places. Why? So that you also, when I get married, I will also go there and dance. Yes? For what? So, Krishna consciousness not only helps you understand your purpose of life, but it saves you a lot of money. Because you don't spend on unnecessary things. For example, going to Switzerland and going to the Alps. Do you know how much one ticket will cost you? Let alone the visa. One ticket will cost you easily $3,000-4,000. So, if you got money, then 3,000-4,000 is nothing for you. That's why devotees, they don't like to have money. Why? Because money is the root cause of wanting to enjoy your senses. If you got $1 million, you will go anywhere. You will stay in the Switzerland mountain. Yes? That's why devotees, they are not very fond of money, because it is a deterrent to go to Krishna. Yes? So if you see our Goswamis, where they stay, under a tree. Every day different tree. Why? Why? Do you know? The 6 Goswamis are disciples of Chaitanya Mahāprabhu. They are staying in Vrindavan. They have wrote hundreds of thousands of literatures, especially Srila Jiva Goswami. So university in India, still studying his teachings and writing. So every day they will stay in a different tree in Dhawan. Why? Why not same tree? Attachment. They become attached to this particular tree. So they are so careful in their path to Krishna consciousness. That's why even Parikshit Maharaj, you know Parikshit Maharaj? Who is Parikshit Maharaj? Grandson of Arjuna. So when Kali personified was going to kill a cow, not cow, bull. Yes. He went and raised his sword and stopped Kali. Already the bull had 3 legs broken. Jai Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki. 3 legs of the cow were broken. So bull has 4 legs. So bull is a personification of, symbol of dharma. So 3 legs of dharma were broken. So basically, what are the 4 pillars of dharma? Do you know? Why Indians worship the cow or bull? Why? Do you ever ask that question? Why are Indians worshipping cow? Ever occurred to you that question? Because my mother said, my grandmother said cow is good. Is it? Why? Why Indians worship cow? Huh? Representative of the mother. Dharma. Yeah, I just said the answer. No, I'm saying why. So, the reason why we worship the cow is because cow is the most dearest of creatures to Krishna. Krishna's name is also called as Govinda. What is the meaning of Govinda? I don't know, I go to Tirupati, everybody say Govinda, Govinda. Sounds nice. But Govinda means tender of the cows. Some other people will also say, oh, Nandi, no? Lord Shiva's carrier is Nandi, so that's why we also like cow. But no, like that you should like mouse also, no? Ganesh carrier, but no, we are praise to the mouse. But I'm saying, you must always question why you are doing it. If not, it will become very much sentimental. You don't know what you are doing. You must know the purpose of everything that you are doing. Right? Otherwise, you'll be just doing for namesake. And then when your children will ask you, why we pray to cow? Don't know, just do. Don't ask question. You cannot ask question. No, you must yourself be clear, and then you will be confident and confident and proud of what you are practicing. Otherwise, you won't be proud. Just like all of us devotees, we are proud to wear this attire, this hairstyle. Why? Why we are proud? Because this is what Krishna likes. Yes? All these pants, jeans and all this is Western ideology. Yes? This is Britishers, they brought all this to you. To influence, actually India was what is called Mahābharat means what? Mahābharat means what? Great India, right? India's name is Bharat, right? Great India. So, in order to bring India down, they had to influence and tell them that your culture is tribal. All your Ramayana, Mahabharata, all are myth, mythology, fake. They have to tell you that. You have to believe that, and then you will disregard and think your own culture is secondary. Their culture is better. That's why you adapt their culture. Yes? Yes? This is truth. This is what is happening. You can see how the cultural shift just from Bollywood movies you can see how the heroines dress in the 1960s now. Yes, transition totally 180 degrees. Yes. So when we control our senses, then naturally we will dress appropriately, we will behave properly, we will know what to do, what not to do, how to act, how to treat people. Then everything will become peaceful. Now there's war going on, right? You can see how the trend very simple. When the war started, everybody was, oh, hey, war. Every time on YouTube I get bombarded with some live update on the war. They will talk for a whole day on this war. But after 2 months, not even 2 months, after 1 month, nobody gives a damn about the war. Do you even care about the war now? No. Who cares? You go on with your life, let them fight. Nobody cares. Yes? Correct? If you notice news that comes out, you read news, right? It's always bad. Why? Why when you read news or you see news or news that is published is always negative? Have you ever thought of that? Why? Because human nature is naturally inclined to see others suffer. Do you know that? Others suffering, you will see, oh, lucky it's not me. Thank God I'm not in Russia or Ukraine. Lucky. Oh, unlucky, how? It's bad luck. But news is always bad. If everyday good news, nobody will read news. Yes? So, when we become devotees, just for example, Srila Prabhupada said in the jail, every country has a jail, right? Suppose you did some crime. Suppose I took drugs. I went to jail for 10 years. I came out again, I still take drugs. Why? Isn't the 10 years sentence supposed to reform me? Why didn't it reform me? Why? You see many drug addicts, they go to jail, they get caught, they go to jail, they come out, they do the same thing and go back inside again. Why? Isn't the sentence supposed to reform that, hey, if I do this, I'll go inside again, so I should not do it? Isn't that the purpose of going to jail? But why isn't it reformed? Why? Because his heart is not clean. So if he clean his heart, then automatically he will refrain and not do this sinful activity. That's the solution. So the Prabhupada said the whole world's problem can be solved if everyone become Krishna consciousness. Because by becoming Krishna consciousness, automatically you will come to the platform of pure goodness. And when you come to the platform of pure goodness, automatically you will be behaving properly and doing all this properly. It will come to you naturally. I don't have to tell you, hey, you have to do this. It will come naturally. Yes? I think India, they are doing this thing, Swachh Bharat. Yes, Swachh Bharat. But still people are making it dirty. Why? Because if the heart is not clean, then naturally they won't do clean things. Right? Yes? Does it mean that Singapore people's heart are very clean, that's why the city is clean? No, because here you pay money. You throw the paper, you pay $500. Yes? Fear. Either by fear or willingly you do it. Two things. It's how they control. So in conclusion for today's class, my request to you is to take it seriously, it's very simple. Just chant Hare Krishna, follow the regulative principles, read our literature. Because by knowledge only you can strengthen your foundation. Yes, without good knowledge you won't understand why you are doing all these things. So read, chant, and also come to the temple regularly. Because if you come to the temple, then you will progress quicker. Just like if you go to school once a week, there's part-time student and full-time student, right? What is their differentiation? Part-time course will be, I think, 2 years. Full-time maybe 6 months. So if you come only 1 month, one time, 1 week, one time, then how many lives you have to take? I don't know. But if you come regularly every other day, then easily you will go back to God. Yes? When you come to the temple, there are so many things to do. Service, cooking for Krishna, making garlands for Krishna, sweeping the floor. Anything can be service to the Lord. Yes, Ramayana, there is squirrel, you know the story? I don't like to say story, I like to say history. So in this history, this squirrel, they were building the bridge to Lanka, no? Lord Ram. So this squirrel was also throwing small stone in the water. Yes? Correct? Then Hanuman said, remove, you are disturbing, you are obstructing. Then Lord Ram said, no, he is also doing same work as you. Yes? So no matter how small or insignificant the service may be, just do it. Even if you just come, just clean the floor, or you just wipe the glass, any menial work, anything, you'll be for whose benefit? Not my benefit. It's for your benefit. That's why it's called seva. Yes? What is the purpose of seva? Also to clean your. So many things are there. Chanting to clean the heart. Eating prasadam, clean the heart. Doing seva, clean the heart. That means you know how dirty our heart must be. So many things just to clean your heart. How dirty your heart must be. Must be so dirty, that's why we are sitting here. Correct? We are in this material world because our heart is so dirty. That's why so many things Krishna is giving to clean your heart. So that you can see Him, go back to Him, and don't come back here again. So, any questions, comments, points on today's verse? Any questions, comments, points to add? Signs of Godhead.
India, I think it's back to God.
Huh.
One of the articles is when we say control mind, control something, we forcefully think that we are supposed to do something.
Right.
Whereas we say purify the mind, or purify. Then the whole perspective changes. It's not about controlling. It's basically developing a higher taste.
Correct.
I think that basically is a better way of looking at it.
I mean, yeah, if you can purify your mind, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just how you present it, whether you want to present it this way. Just for example, if you see Singapore, you see all these people, they hang the meat on the food stalls, no? Chicken, pork, mutton, all this they will hang. When you go there, don't even go there. If you just walk by the smell, it is very, very unbearable for you. Why? But for them it's very palatable. Why? Why? is like that. Why? Because they are in the mode of ignorance. That's why they are always attracted to such activities and food. Yes? Those who are in a different mode, they are attracted to different foods. Simple example. So, when you purify your mind, then you will be attracted naturally to Krishna. That's the whole purpose. So, any questions, comments, points to add? Huh? Christian.
I mean, when people chant, then their heart becomes purified.
Yes.
Once it becomes purified, the person should not be getting heart attack.
No. When I say purification, not specifically meant to see, but not specifically pertaining to the body. Doesn't mean that when I chant, my heart is purified. It's purified of cholesterol. No, not like that. It's purified from impurities such as lust, anger, greed, kama, krodha, lobha, mada, matsarya, all this heart attack and cholesterol and high BP, all that is just, anybody can get it. As I said earlier in the class, when you surrender to Krishna and you chant Hare Krishna, doesn't mean that you won't get heart attack. You will get heart attack. Why? Even Prabhupada, he got 3 heart attack. Doesn't mean you chant means you are okay. I shouldn't get heart attack. I shouldn't get cancer. I shouldn't get all these problems. Suppose you get, then what you are going to do? That means this is fake.
We chant, we do kirtan, then it's about bodily, we say we control our senses, we purify the senses. But same way to purify our internal processes or internal blood and everything.
It will purify. Maybe you're supposed to get a major heart attack. You purify, you got minor heart attack. Correct? Like for example myself. I broke my hand. When I was 6 years old, I broke my hand. Major fracture. I had to do an operation. I was in a cast for 1 year. Okay, after they took out my cast, I couldn't put my hand straight because it was stuck. And I had to do physiotherapy and all that. But this suffering actually saved me from dying. Because when that time the devotees, they went to Cambodia for preaching. There's I think Asia's largest freshwater lake called Tong Le Sap. So they took a boat across the river and the boat actually sank, capsized and sank. Another example, how come devotees in the boat and sank? So they were in the water for 4 hours, floating in the water for 4 hours. So I was supposed to go on that trip, but because I broke my hand, I'm sitting here today talking to you all. If I didn't break my hand, I would be gone. Because I didn't know how to swim. 6 years old, I didn't know how to swim. Yes? So, how Krishna does it for you, that's ultimately his call. It is said that not even one blade of grass moves without his order. Yes? Correct? So, how I can also say, oh, why he broke my hand? Correct? All this breaking hand, heart attack, is all pertaining to the body. We are not interested so much with the bodily result. Our main idea is to use this body to the maximum in the service of Krishna so that we can quickly go back to Krishna. Whether I get heart attack or whatever, doesn't matter. As long as I can chant, when I at time of that, if I can hear the holy name, that's the only desire. Actually, there was one incident, one devotee, she had a car accident and then the engine hit here, it was all punctured. So fire rescue, they came and told, if we take out this, you won't survive to the trip to emergency, you will die. So she said, okay. You take out and you give me my chanting bag is in my handbag. Then she took the chanting bag. She sat down beside the tree nearby, the crasher, chant. So is that a good thing or bad thing? The purpose is to chant at the time of death and go back to Krishna. Not to question when you got that thing or why Krishna did this to you. Why? No. Because our whole idea is to go back to Krishna. Did the Pandavas question Krishna? Hey, how come you are our cousin? We are family related. Why you put so much misery for us? In fact, Kunti Devi prayers. What's the verse? 1:8:25. How to go next? This one. Yes. So this is when Krishna, when the Pandavas, they finished the war, Bhishma Dev passed away, then Krishna, his role is done, so he is going back to Dwarka, and Kunti Devi is speaking to the Lord. Vipadaha santu tata sasvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yatsya apurna bhava darshanam. So she is saying, I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. This is a higher understanding. You give me more problem. All of you came to temple to say, I have so many problems, and Lord, please stop. But here, Kunti Devi is praying, give me more problem. Why? Because only of problem, only you are thinking of God. No, if you no problem, you won't sit here, you sit outside. You will be listening. Today is Sunday night. So many better things to do on a Sunday night than to come and sit here, right? Yes? So many things to do. Singapore, very entertaining place. Yes? So our purpose is to serve the Lord. Whether we get more heart attack, even get 10 heart attack also no problem. Serve the Lord. That's it. So, any questions, comments? I think it's getting late. If you have further questions or comments, upstairs during Prasadam, you can ask the devotees, they're all upstairs. So next week, is it next week? No, 8. August 8 to August 12. Correct? 5 days, Monday to Friday. Prabhu working, cannot come. Monday to Friday office then, how to come? Sunday, this test to see how much you love Krishna. Monday to Friday, 8th of August to 12th of August is Julan Yatra. What is Julan Yatra? So the Lord, Radha Krishna will be brought, or Radha Madan Mohan will be brought out, and all of you, anyone can come and swing the Lord. So festivals like this give you the opportunity to serve the Lord. When you serve the Lord like this, you also become more purified. It's like a bonus. You go to office, you get bonus, sometimes. Festivals are like bonus to quickly purify you. So come on the 8th to 12th, I think 7 p.m. to 10, not 10, 9:30. So 9:30 tomorrow I have to go office. How? Cannot wake up. You love who more? Krishna or your boss? If I don't go to work, then I won't stay in Singapore. They send me back. Correct? So try to make it. Most important thing is to come. Anyway, 9th of August is National Day. Most of you are not Singaporeans, so it doesn't mean anything. But it's public holiday. You can come here and participate in the program. Yes? So this whole August month, full of festivals. And on the last day of Julan Yatra is Balaram Purnima. Who's Balaram? Krishna's brother. Yes, non-different. Only color is different. But same. His appearance day is on the 12th of August. So on the last day, that is Balaram Purnima. And then on the 19th of August, what is 19th of August? Krishna. So that's Krishna's birthday. Very big festival here in our temple. So prior to COVID 2019, we had about 5,000 people come to this temple. So prepare yourself. We'll start from 6:30 until 12 midnight. Devotees are fasting on that day from grains, food and water. So they'll break their fast with Ekadasi Prasadam at 12 midnight. And then the next day, the 20th of August, even bigger celebration. Whose appearance day? Prabhupada. So that happens on 20th of August, Saturday. So Janmashtami is Friday, Prabhupada Vyasa Puja is Saturday. Lucky, very lucky. Friday, Saturday, okay, can come. So mark your calendars for the month of August. For more details, you can see the board. And for Janmashtami, we are having a special seva for the program where you can book your Abhishek coupons. $108, $216. So you can book your coupons and pre-buy them. So that on that day, if 5,000 people come, you know how long the queue will be? Very long queue. If you buy now, then that day you don't have to queue so much. So please see Subala Prabhu. If you don't know who Subala Prabhu is, that's Subala Prabhu. So all this information and details you can inquire upstairs on the 5th floor. So thank you again. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Krishna Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Prem.